Good afternoon. Welcome to Kalingang Katribu. My name is Vernon Velasco, and today we are joined by Go Shopping CEO Neil G. La-as to talk about the state of e-commerce in the country and the pain points and how Go Shopping intends to solve it. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are
Yeah.
you?
So so fine, sir. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking back.
Yeah. So, sir, can you describe Go Shopping in a few words?
Go Shopping Philippines is like a revolutionary platform.
Mm-hmm.
Why revolutionary? Because we will technically pave a different landscape. We will change the landscape of how people use e-commerce in their day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
We will be providing them different perspective, different insights on how to literally
Yeah.
start digitalizing their lifestyle.
Yes, sir. So how did this idea came to mind, and when did you actually felt it was really worth it?
Well, okay. Honest answer, perhaps. This idea springs from my original and from my own uh, experience, bad experience from doing these online shopping in different existing e-commerce platforms in the country, and I literally felt bad about how we do things here in the country. And I said, if there's nobody who will take charge of this, if there's nobody who will start to lead the change in the e-commerce, this is gonna linger so long. So I said to myself, it's time for me to come up with my own e-commerce that will serve the way Filipinos wanted to be served.
Yeah.
We want to be the kings and queens of the customer service. I mean, we always wanted to be treated nicely and decently. And I think nobody gives that kind of treatment in the current system.
I think
So here we are.
I think everybody has experienced once in their lives the pains that you've actually experienced, but unfortunately they didn't have the means as you have. And yeah, I mean, can you elucidate more on those pain points that you've actually experienced, and what kind of innovation you're trying to bring in with Go Shopping?
Well, for one, let's just be straightforward. The fake items that you can see in those e-commerce platforms is tremendously hurting a lot of people. It's hurting ordinary people. It's hurting every one of us. It's hurting the economy. And I don't understand why we're not doing anything good about it. Why are we always okay being victimized by these fake items? Your money has a value. You're supposed to be getting the right service, the right product, the right amount. And I don't see it that way. I don't see that we are solving that kind of problem. Fake item is a big business in the country, and we are all welcoming about this idea that it's okay to get a fake item, it's okay to buy a fake item. That is your choice, but not in Go Shopping Philippines. We will never sell any fake items. There's no fake items, no fake sellers in the platform, and that's one thing I can be proud of, and I can promise everyone that we are actually shopping free of fake items here in Go Shopping Philippines.
Yeah. You're sort of promising a really, really big thing here. Amid you're being sandwiched by a lot of big players in the market like Lazada, Shopee. How else would you earn your reputation in the market when you launch in when are you launching again?
July 16 is the date. It's a final date that we will be going live publicly. And
Mhm.
going back to your questions, I never, I never think that Lazada or Shopee or these big networks of
Mhm.
e-commerce could actually change the way I look at things. I
Mhm.
will never be threatened. I will never be swayed by the fact that they are big, they're huge, they're ahead of us in the game. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Have every opportunity to tell everyone that, hey, for the last decade,
Mhm.
nobody talks about a safe
Mhm.
shopping online thing. Nobody talks about cybersecurity measures. Nobody talks about we care about your privacy and all.
Mhm.
In Go Shopping Philippines, that's the core. That's the reason why we wanted to protect sellers and the
Mhm.
buyers from any of these fraudulent sales that's going on in the system for quite a long time.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
can see the different brand of services
Mhm. Mhm.
huge impact on our lives the moment that you get to go into our system. You will feel that this is the kind of treatment that we Filipinos had been longing for,
Mhm.
and we are here to serve that.
Mhm. What kind of safeguards you've been actually talking about safety? Can you sort of, yeah? I mean, it's really hard to get out of the mat, pero how is it?
Mhm.
I mean, how
I
safe is
understand.
go shopping will be?
How safe?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this upfront again. We heavily invested on cybersecurity measures.
Mhm.
It's one of the things that makes our platform a lot expensive because we dealt with the cybersecurity measures as the culprit
Mhm.
of, of the proliferations of the identity, the theft on identity,
Mhm.
the stealing of identity, the stealing of information, the
Mhm.
leak of information, and that is the main reasons why people are afraid of going into online because they're scared that their credit cards might be used by other people, their names, their identities will be
Mhm.
stolen from them,
Mhm.
and Go Shopping Philippines circle into that problem first and foremost before we deal with the fake items and all. So in short, for people to understand, our Go Shopping Philippines platform is safer
Mhm.
compared to the banks.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
We had
Mhm.
hackers internationally. We had opened our systems to potential hackers who would like to hack us and try to destroy the system or penetrate the system. But unfortunately, they have not been very successful because of the the kind of system that we had set up that it's
Mhm.
difficult to hack. And
Mhm.
that's the reason why we are proud to inform you that with Go Shopping Philippines, there is cybersecurity. And
Mhm.
number two, to protect sellers or buyers from any fake items, we wanted to ensure that all the incoming sellers are scrutinized properly in the system. I mean,
Mhm.
we make sure that you guys have business permits, that you have the license to operate, that your products are well authenticated, you have the certificate that you are the sole distributor of this products in the country. We are asking a lot
Mhm.
of proofs or evidences that you are doing or running a
Mhm.
legitimate business. So I don't think that the current system is doing that.
Mhm. Neil, how do you assess the Philippine startup ecosystem? I mean, do you have investors or do you have financial backing? Or did you have problem pitching with investors in the first place?
We're in the Philippines. Everybody is difficult. Everything is difficult. Everybody's
Mhm.
just difficult. We are not in New York that you can go to a hedge fund and
Mhm.
offer them your ideas or your brilliant business concepts and they can finance you. Not in the country.
Mhm.
Not in the Philippines. You have to start leveraging yourself that you have this
Mhm.
great ideas, blah blah blah. But investors are not easily gonna come in and give you their money because during the pandemic, everybody's holding on to their millions, you know.
Yes.
But fortunately, because of the admirations of these people who had trust and believe that Go Shopping Philippines is a unique platform. So
Mhm.
we were able to surpass, that kind of stage where we have a difficulty getting the investors. But nowadays, a lot of investors are trying to get hold of us, wanting to be part of this Go Shopping Philippines because 3 to 5 years from now, Go Shopping Philippines will technically be a different business entity.
Yeah. I mean, this is a big rally you're trying to lead, Neil.
It is.
And yeah,
It's very bold.
what are the risks that you're willing to support?
The risk for the business, well, the risk is always there. The risk of failing, of of a lot of things is there, but that is immaterial to me. It does not again sway me to believe that I can't do it. I'm so sorry, but um, I did not succumb to the idea that things are gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna be okay, and things will be okay if you really want to do it. But again, I'm really pushing for this, despite of all odds. I'm not scared. Well, literally, I'm not. I am just more challenged.
Neil, we're going to have more of Go Shopping when we come back, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang magbayad, bigger, better na. You can buy it to centers, pati sa mga partners may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
Make long distance easy with the Mirage G4.
You are watching Kalingang Katribo with Go Shopping CEO Neil La-as. So, sir, we've talked about changing the dynamics of business through Go Shopping. So, in your own words, Neil, we're talking about e-commerce. How do you define the Filipino consumers? How do you define e-commerce in the Philippines?
Okay. Defining Filipino consumers is a bit a challenge because sometimes we don't know exactly what kind of consumers are we. I mean, are we consumers supporting authenticity of the products? Are we consumers looking for the value of the money? Are we consumers? Are we the type of consumers who are a safe online shopping experience? Or are we a type of consumers? It's a bit tricky to really understand. I don't think that there is scientific explanations of why Filipinos are like this. But one thing I can tell you by experience that Filipinos in general not an easy audience to please with. It's also an audience that can easily be victimized. We are not scrutinizing people. We are not simply doing research. We simply buy things just because we wanted to have it, but we do not scrutinize things. We do not go further and check whether the people that you're dealing with in the online industry are legitimate or not. We are not that kind of people. terms of e-commerce, it's akin to the kind of consumers that we have. So the kind of e-commerce that are existing in the country are technically, based on my opinion, it's alongside with the way Filipinos think. So we are easily victimized by the advertising that this is good. We are easily victimized or fooled by the idea that this is what you want. This is exactly for you. But behind that, there is a catch that we do not understand. There's a catch that we simply do not want to deal with. We will be complaining or murmuring about bad experiences when we actually had experienced it. But again, the kind of e-commerce platform that we have is, for me, I'm so sorry to tell this, but it's really purely for business purposes. It does not generate protection. It does not yield the kind of experience that you want it to repeat, once and for all, doing business with them. It's something that I cannot trust.
Yeah. How do you plan to scale, Neil? I mean, are you taking this
Sorry?
abroad? How do you plan to scale?
Well, that's a very good question. Go Shopping Philippines is not just gonna be a shopping and retail platform. We are an ecosystem. We are a mega app being converges and Go Shopping Philippines. There are more surprises coming in, Vernon, in the following months to come. But again, on July 16, you will see that Go Shopping Philippines will be presenting to you our shopping experience, but we will have our online cinema, our pay-per-view. We have our own G-Flix. We have our own e-services sections, and a lot more coming. So again, how do we scale up? We are not just an e-commerce platform selling shopping and retail experiences. We are a mega app. And by the way, we will be going to give you our Go TV. It's our own network providing you different programs.
So basically, you're an ecosystem. That means you're taking data from your consumers. So, to you, how important it is to basically understand your customers? Because that's the path you're taking.
Yeah, understanding is the core, the heart of why we do business, and that's the main reason why I've asked myself, how come in the life that this particular e-commerce existed? How come they have not understood that Filipinos wanted to be treated this way? That is very important. Most of these e-commerce platforms are owned not by Filipino companies, but they are foreigners. So they came in like colonizers. They came in wanting to dominate the e-commerce industry of the country, but they do not understand that we are not simply a stupid consumer. We are intelligent consumers that we know whether we are being fooled or not. But on the other hand, it seems that we are. Because amidst all these complaints, we keep on repeating the same mistakes, I don't understand that. And that's why we are here to give more options.
Yeah. But in the interim, you've talked about giving a lot of options. What are you putting emphasis on your e-commerce interim website?
Giving better for your best.
I mean, what products, Neil? I mean, how diverse? Yeah.
Do you ask me the specific products or the product features that we have in the platform?
The specific products, yeah. I mean, how limited? I mean, is it like, a digital SM where you got it all for them?
A thing like that, yes. But again, this is a mega app, Vernon. Anything that you think of, I cannot just simply tell you exactly what is it in the platform, because my competitions are out there listening to me, and you can copy me anytime. Since February 24, I could see the difference in their approaches. I could see that their authenticity thing, their fight against fake items is now brewing right after I mentioned that on my speech last February 24. So now I'm kind of cautious on how to say things, because this is business. At the end of the day, I understand what seems to be wrong in the system, and I'm gonna correct it piece by piece. Gonna let them hear it from me, because I let them realize what they have missed in this last decade. And I will surprise our people, our Filipino people, that this is a digital platform. There is a digital platform that is willing to serve the way Filipinos want it to be served. And that is an ultimate promise from us.
I think you possess, Neil, the what successful CEOs, possesses. And I mean, I just quite want to get into your head. What is the most exciting question you spend so many nights thinking about?
You really want to know?
Yeah, about business, of course.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Okay.
we're talking about your passion projects, and a lot of your viewers are actually watching us, and they sort of want to get inspiration from you. So.
When these things happen, I only ask myself, Vernon,
Mm-hmm.
what is wrong with us?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. What's wrong with us, people? What's wrong with us? Why are we keeping our mouth shut when it comes to getting fake items? What's wrong with us? Why we are complacent about protecting our rights? What's wrong with you getting back to that platform where you're not even being served the way you wanted to be served? What's wrong with you? You are not a victim supposedly, but you're trying to victimize yourself by repeating to engage yourself in those kind of platforms. And that is the question that troubles me many sleepless nights. And I cannot just relax and sit down and think that there is something that we need to do. There's somebody who needs to start the change. And I took the challenge and I'm willing to lead whatever it takes.
Last question, Neil, before we take a short break. I think one pain point of people buying, counterfeit goods is that they sort of buy it on the cheap. So, how do you sort of gonna try to address that?
It's your own perspective. Buying cheap products is for your own choice. That's your money. That's how you want it. But take note, you are actually hurting our economy. We have laws against fake items. We have laws against counterfeit items, and we are actually not helping our country if that's how we think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go Shopping Philippines is an advocate of what is right.
Mm-hmm.
Go Shopping Philippines is here to help our local economy to be boosted.
Mm-hmm.
Are not here. We have this responsibility as citizen of the country to help our country bounce back. We are not a rich country, but we are rich in terms of knowledge, in terms of intelligence. We are intelligent people. We better use that according to what is expected of us by a country.
Mm-hmm.
As what John F. Kennedy said, don't ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
And this is my contribution to my country
Yeah.
by giving you the platform that protects the sellers, protects the buyers, and basically protect the whole country from any counterfeit items.
Yeah.
We Go Shopping Philippines, we are so allergic with fake items.
Yeah. You look like a man on a mission, Neil.
I am.
That's Go Shopping Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back and read the lighter side of Neil La-as after a short break.
Click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the ring apps are the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Hatch something big. The all-new Honda City hatchback with 4 seating modes. Utility mode, long mode, tall mode, refresh mode. The all-new City hatchback. Hatch more life.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
You are watching Kalingang Katribu with Go Shopping's Neil La-as. So Neil, we're going to play a little party game on this segment. So this is called Never Have I Ever. So we're going to flash some questions that's not really,
Okay.
that's gonna give our viewers very unflattering views of you. I'm just kidding. So
All right.
go ahead, Ling. Never have I ever had a breakdown at work.
I had.
Okay. Please elucidate further, Neil.
I work in a very challenging environment. It's a very difficult as a teacher in the IELTS or in the British Council School abroad in American University in Dubai. I had this one directress. Her name is Theresa. Therese. Yeah, we're not good friends. I don't think she likes me ever. She always stands on the door on every day of my teaching career, and she always took note of my errors in English. And one time I said, "This is not good. Why is she doing this to me?" And then I yelled at her in front of my students. So I said, "Get out of my face." I said all the bad words there is.
She was your student, no? Neil?
You know,
Yeah, yeah. You were actually cut out back there, sir. You were saying, yeah, sir.
sorry again, Vernon.
Yeah, sir, you were sort of cut out back there.
The whole part? Is it the whole part that you did
I
not
think just
hear?
a little farther down the road.
Yeah, in a British Council school, she always stood in my door watching me teaching these students, and she took note of all the mistakes I had. So one day I said, "This should stop. This is enough." And I said, "What's wrong with you?" I yelled at her. I even told her some bad words, and I could say that was the awful thing I did. Yeah, and I broke down at work, and I went out. I never come back to my class. I had the whole day
Yeah,
feeling bad.
yeah. Maybe she was just jelly. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that because I was the first Asian to be accommodated in that kind of environment, and from the day that I was hired, she was good at me, and I said, well, maybe she's just having a bad day, but it's not. She's having a bad day, But that's why I really have to fight for it. I really wanted to tell her exactly how I felt that time, but it was just bad because it was in the presence of my students, so I felt very bad that day.
Yeah. But Neil, have you ever had someone waiting for hours on end or altogether cancel the date because of work?
No,
No.
I
Okay.
had always make sure that when I set the date for an appointment, I make sure that it's especially for a special schedule or whatsoever, I make sure that it's being prioritized and it's being balanced. So that's the one thing that I'm teaching the people around me, that they have to honor the time. When it's set, we cannot move it, because the rest of the day will be technically be hampered because of the delay and the time. So we have to respect each other's time so that we can all be doing a lot of things.
So you're basically
Things, yeah.
making the best out of everything that you put your heart on.
Yeah, time is very important. It's money.
How are you as a boss, Neil? I mean, are you someone who pushes everybody around, or have you ever made someone resign because of how you acted as a boss?
Yeah, technically, I am the type of a boss who does not give encouragement. I'm not the boss who pampers people, but I'm gonna tell you what exactly your problem is. So you better take it. If you better take it, fine. If you cannot, then just resign.
But have you ever felt, or have you ever been embarrassed in front of your team?
Of course, yeah. I'm also embarrassed by the way I reacted on things. I'm also embarrassed by the way I behave, of course. But of course, being the boss, you sometimes shield yourself from those embarrassments, you know. So I just play it cool.
How about, have you ever pulled an all-nighter because of a deadline?
I did, yeah.
Every day.
Not every day,
Yeah,
but
since,
I did.
yeah, since you're launching in July, I mean, what are your parting words? Because it has been a very, pleasurable experience with you here at Kalingang Tribu, sir.
July 16 is going to be the day that Filipinos across the globe can feel that indeed, for the longest time, there is a platform that we can call it our own. Go Shopping Philippines is the first ever Filipino digital mall, as huge as it is, that is 100% owned by Filipino corporations. We are not the typical e-commerce that's funded internationally by foreigners, but this is purely Pinoy. So therefore, by saying that, we can guarantee you that we exist because of you. We exist because of the Filipinos out there who wanted to be protected, who wanted to have a free from any fake items, who will be freed from the fear of being victimized. Go Shopping Philippines will offer you the safe shopping experience. And by this time, I hope everybody understands that we are doing this for you. We are doing this because there is a value for your money. Your 500 pesos is 500 pesos. It has to have a value.
Yeah.
And with Go Shopping Philippines, we took note of that you are important to us. Your money, the value of your money is what we care for. With Go Shopping Philippines, we want to give the best things for you.
Yeah. July is the month, Katribu. We're going to watch out for you, Neil. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Neil G. La-as, COO of Go Shopping Philippines. And that's it for Kalingang Katribu. My name is Vernon Velasco. Good afternoon.